Hi guys, well I thought I would just share with you a few favorites of the month, and like last year I will probably do like a roundup of my favorites from the year. I know last year I tried to just do favorite products like that were new to me this year, so I'll try to do that again if I can, unless there's just something like I have to mention. So I mentioned this in a video before. I believe it was a product updates, but for some reason, if you didn't see that one, I just have to talk about a foundation combo that I'm still loving, because I mentioned it in that video saying, you know, how that goes. We may love it for a few days and then maybe it quits working for us. Well, I am still loving this combo. This is the Ready Set Gorgeous by CoverGirl, and this is the It Cosmetics CC Cream. This is in the medium, and then I have the Ready Set Gorgeous in 115. And I started wearing this because I knew this had some good coverage and some good staying power, but I knew this was maybe a little bit too light for me. So I mixed in the medium. And then plus that, this gives just a little bit of moisture, because this is really made, it's an oil-free foundation. It's really made for more, you know, like oily skin or combination skin. And this time of year it can be more dry. But so far I haven't found it drying me out at all. I don't know if it's, you know, this little bit of added extra moisture in it or what. Really loving this combo together, and that's what I have on now. That's pretty much what I've had on, you know, for the last at least, I don't know how many weeks. So probably since the beginning of the month, the end of last month maybe. So absolutely loving that. If you have both of these, try mixing them together. I've heard this CC cream is great mixed with all kinds of foundations, so I can't wait to try it out with others as well. So as far as setting the foundation, most of you know I usually just use a little bit in my T-zone and under my eyes the Hourglass Ambient Powder in Diffuse Light. That's still my all-time favorite, but I have been using this a lot, and I hate that the package is dirty, because it's one of those that no matter how hard you try, or you try to then rub it off, it won't work. So this is the It Cosmetics, the Bye Bye Pores, and this is the press version, and some of you may remember when I hauled this, but what I've been doing with this is just taking my damp beauty blender, putting it in there, and just putting it where my pores are a little more visible, which is just right in the center of my chin. Sometimes right here, but most of the time they're really good and I can get rid of them. You know, I don't have pores that stand out a lot, thankfully. So I'll just like dab it in these areas, or maybe where you have fine lines, and I really think it helps take that appearance of any fine lines or pores away. And I like using the damp beauty blender with it too, because I find this powder, I think I mentioned before, can look a little powdery on its own if you're not careful, just because of the really light color. So anyway, I really like this combo together. So the Tarte blushes, if you remember, I bought that sparkly palette from Sephora but returned it because I knew I wouldn't use it with the case being like that, and then got one off of the Tarte website, I think like Cyber Monday or something. So they had these 4 blushes, and I love Tarte blushes. I only have a few, and they're usually in like kits of their own, but the one I have on today is Sincere, and this is the one I've been using most because it's just a really pretty mauve-y color. I do have it on again today. Now with most Tarte blushes you have to be careful because they are extremely pigmented, but I find they blend pretty well. I just really love this color for this time of year. I feel like it gives just a nice, you know, rosy mauve tone, and goes with pretty much any lip I've been wearing, which I'll talk about the lip in a minute as well. It did come with 3 other colors. I may give my mom one of these because I think it would look better on her skin tone than mine. I think Supreme is the one I may give my mom, because she's definitely more yellow undertone. And this is very similar to a blush that I had purchased for her a while ago. So that one is pretty dark, and I believe that one's a matte. And then there's another matte called Surprised, and it is definitely more of a pink. So I could probably pull this one off. And then the other one, which I really love this too, so I've kind of been going back and forth between these two. This is Stellar, and it is a gorgeous peach shade with a little bit of shimmer. Absolutely love this one. It just gives a nice glow, you know, peachy glow to the cheeks. So as far as lip combos, I mean, I cannot stop wearing. Anytime I put something else on, I feel like it looks really dark. Usually this time of year, I feel like I can get away with darker colors and I don't mind them. But just as my lips are aging, I just don't love darker colors on me. Of course, I'm not wearing this lipstick today, but I am wearing the liner. The lipstick I'm wearing is Jennifer's Nude by L'Oreal. And to me, it is almost like a perfect match for this lip liner. I've talked about this before, but here's what Jennifer's Nude looks like. And again, that's what I'm wearing here. I'll do a swatch so you can see maybe the color of the lipstick and the liner. But pretty much for ever since I got this lipstick, I have switched off and on. This is the combo I can't get away from. So this is Too Faced Naked Dolly. I've talked about this before. You can see how much of it I have used. I just love it. It's definitely a cream formula, so if you don't like that, make sure you blot really well or wear a gloss. I've mentioned that in other videos, how to make it work, but it is a very nude pink color, but to me it just works really well on my skin tone. So loving that combo with this liner. You all know this is my all-time favorite liner. It would be this one, and then Macworld would be second. This is the Milani Easy liner, the retractable. They no longer make these, but I did buy a backup when they still had them. This is most natural. They do have all natural, but I find it a little bit warmer than this. This is a really good, kind of like one step up from my natural lip tone. So it really looks good with my natural lip color. So I will put it next to that Jennifer's Nude. So it just looks like that. I don't know if you can even see. This is the liner over here. On my lips, they almost look like a perfect match. Of course, on my hand, being a lot lighter than my lips, it's gonna look different. And then gloss is where I try to switch it up quite a bit, depending on, you know, what look I'm going for. So last two things is a brush. I don't know if I ever mentioned this in a haul or not, but I have the Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer. This is the number 57. And it looks like this, and I really like this brush. I kind of used it off and on when I first bought it, but I find I'm using it a lot more now. And what I do is I will put a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand to spot conceal any blemishes or redness. This is great at buffing it out. So it's like, it doesn't rub the concealer away. I'll either use this or like a really fine brush to like just really small spot conceal, but then I'm using my finger to pat it in. Well, this takes place of your finger, but it gives still a nice airbrush look. Like it conceals, but blurs the lines really nicely. I've also used this under my eyes with liquid concealer, and it's great. It's a little big, you can see, because I like to get right up under the lash line. So sometimes this is a little hard to do that, but it does work great under the eyes for liquid concealer as well. And last would be the Lancome mascara. I am wearing this today, the Hypnos Drama. I had told you guys I used the little sample size and I'd forgotten how much I loved it, so I bought the full size, and we've all had that conversation where we think a lot of times the sample size is so much better than the full size. I'm still kind of thinking that, and I don't know why. It's like, why can't you just get the same formula in a small tube as a big tube and it'd be the same? But I'm waiting for this to dry out slightly because I feel like, and it's that one with the, I don't know if you can see it there, with the crazy brush. I feel like it's a little goopy at first, so if you've tried this and you don't love it, maybe wait for it to dry out a bit. But I really like it as far as, I just think it looks really pretty and like fluffy and good coverage. Like, you know, it just gives that really pretty fluttery kind of look to your lashes, which I like. Haven't read any great books lately. Those of you who follow me on Goodreads, you know I usually try to put little updates of things I'm reading, or if I can't get into a book. I did just start from Cheryl Wood's The Christmas Bouquet, because I don't know, I just thought I've been into all the Hallmark Christmas movies lately. I thought it might be cute to read a Christmas book this time of year. And TV shows, oh my gosh. So y'all know, I believe we watched on Netflix several weeks ago now, How to Get Away with Murder. Well, it was great. We like totally binge watched that, and you know I love a good mystery whodunit anyway. Well, of course now we can't see it because season 2 is out on ABC, but on Hulu Plus, everything, which I have, ABC, you name it, episodes 1 through 4 are not available, which is really irritating. So I don't know how we're supposed to get caught up. It's not one of those shows they're going to run a marathon before it comes back, I wouldn't think. So trying to get caught up in season 2 because we absolutely loved season 1. Of course, after Dexter ended, it was like, what the heck are we going to do with ourselves? You know, Dexter was just so good. We were ready for it to be over, I think, because it is such a long series. We tried to watch, and I know I've mentioned several times things we've tried to watch, or if you follow me on Twitter, you know this. We tried to watch The Walking Dead. Oh no, 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 no. That is not for me. I mean, that would gross me out. And I have a pretty high tolerance for like things like that. And if you're thinking, oh my God, you watch Dexter. Dexter to me is nothing like that because the story is just different. To me, The Walking Dead, One, I can't get past the stupid zombie thing. I think that's so dumb. I feel like it has a good story behind it and it would be a good show to watch because of that, but I cannot get over watching people shoot a zombie in the head and I don't want to hear it and see it. That's a little too gory for my liking, so one episode I was done. I was like, nope, I can't do it. Have any good recommendations? You kind of know maybe the things we like to watch. I've mentioned two. Orange is the New Black. We did not like that. I don't know how anybody watches that show. That was not good, I don't think at all. My husband didn't think so either. So it's like some of the popular ones we don't like. So anyway, we're trying to find like a good show to watch. So if you have any recommendations, leave them below. So that is it for monthly favorites. Let me know what you guys were loving or think I should try out in the comments below. And then stay tuned. Hopefully soon I'll get my list together for you know, my favorites of the whole year. If you'd like to watch last year's, I will link it below. So thank you guys so much for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye.